How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel Take and Make. I'm glad you're here. In this episode I'm gonna be making live edge dining table from walnut. I also gonna make a bench for this dining table from this slab of walnut. So this live edge slab that I got is 12.5 feet. I'm gonna cut it in half, and then on each half I'm gonna rip one side, glue them together, and I'm gonna end up with about 35-inch wide by 6-foot-ish long live edge walnut on both sides. That's the plan. Let's see if we can make it happen. Also, I'm gonna use a new product in this video. Specifically for this build, I got me this truck saw. Didn't really have too much money on my budget for like Makita or Fast Tool, so I got me a van and these trucks. Let's figure out how it works and make a cut. Lovely. And we got ourselves 100-inch of truck. Well, that didn't turn out too bad. Okay, let's cut the other slab. Hey there, this is the next day. I put a couple of clamps on it just to see the seam better. Me and wife looked at it and we both kinda agreed that little bit of white color in the middle is gonna bug our eye. Like it starts here. A little bit on this slab too. So I'll guess I'll have more practice using truck saw. We also got rid of all the bark, so that's nice. Alright, let's see what we got. Right on. 36, 35 and 3/4, 34. It is a bit narrow here, but there's no more white strip in the middle. Much better. Nice. Okay, we'll do the same on the next piece, and then we'll do biscuits. Nice. Surface is ready for glue up, but I also want to add a few biscuits, because when I'm gonna apply glue and bunch of pressure, these two slabs are gonna want to do this. And to prevent that, we're gonna install 7 or 8 biscuits, and when everything's locked together and I'm gonna start applying pressure, we're not gonna have this movement. That's all. Before we glue it up, we're gonna do dry fit, obviously. Baby, dry fit pass. Let's get some glue. Making mess is your least concern. Better apply more glue than not enough. And we slowly apply pressure. Now we can start adding top ones. While we wait for glue to dry, I'm gonna start working on these imperfections and bark inclusions using this rotary tool, and then we're gonna fill it with black epoxy. Okay, we can carry on removing these bark imperfections. Okay guys, I prepped all those holes. Turns out there's quite a bit. I got 14 of them, anywhere from big ones like this to small little guys like this one. Let's turn it upside down and start debarking these sides. This is gonna take a while. Jeez. Yeah. Live edge. Yay. One side is done. Yeah, I didn't know that debarking the slab is gonna be so time consuming. It is oddly satisfying though to do it. Okay, let's rotate it and do another side. I don't think I need to explain what I did, but for those who are curious, I just put a duct tape around those bigger holes where I'm gonna use epoxy, and then I also placed a bit of hot glue, and that's gonna prevent epoxy from overspill. Even if I pour a little too much, it's not gonna go all over the table, but stay in those little spots. Another hack I learned on YouTube, I place my epoxy in hot water and it makes it extra runny to go into those cracks. Charcoal black. And we're gonna start mixing hardener and color together. And stir, stir, stir. And when you think you're done, stir some more. You see how runny it is? That's perfect. Let's burn some bubbles from the surface. And now we wait. Okay guys, it's been a little while and I had to make a really hard decision about this table, that I'm gonna have to rip this table in half. And I show you why. To begin with, it's not wide enough. So reason number one is the width. And the second reason, the angle of the live edge. When you look at the table, you don't really see where bark used to be. This is going to be bottom of the table. You see exactly what I mean. It looks so much better when you're able to see the side where bark used to be. But now we also have more white stuff in the middle, which is gonna have to go. This also means that I'm gonna have to use the slab that I meant to do a bench from, that one. So let's get to work. So I still have to get rid of this tape and sand down these epoxy spots that I filled. Note for yourself, don't use duct tape on the wood. Okay, let's hit these spots with 60 grit sandpaper. I just wiped it with rub and alcohol. After 60 grit, looks pretty good. I sanded off all those epoxy spots, and also I sand the whole surface with 60 grit, and now it looks pretty good. Again, it's gonna be bottom of the table, but I'm quite surprised, guys, how nice of a finish is actually left behind 60 grit. Very impressive. Now it actually looks like table, only we're gonna rip it in half. Next victim is this bench slab. This one is also really long, so I'm gonna cut a piece out of it. No more crack. Now we can put together our pieces and see. We shall. Now that's the table. That's the width now. Our next operation would be to plane this central piece. Couple mils. Because it's a little thicker, 1/8 thicker. Nice. Next step, we're gonna plane 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Drill for biscuits again, and we're practically ready for glue up. Dry fit doesn't look too bad. Think we're ready for glue up. Go time. That was a really tough glue up. I think I have a couple micro cracks. It's been a nightmare, especially at this moment. Jesus Christ. Well, we'll see how it looks tomorrow when we strip it. Hi guys, this is afternoon of the next day. Let's release the clamps and see what we got. That's one heavy table now. Overall pretty good, guys. This joint came out real nice. This one not as perfect. This side is a little higher. I'll probably gonna run planer a couple times. And another imperfection is these two cracks. One here, one there. I could sacrifice 4 inches and cut it off like this, but I really like this knot. I'd like to keep it. So we're gonna try to fix those cracks. Super glue with walnut dust and try to fill it. Another damage I got on sides from the clamps We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Might as well let's do that first. Doesn't look too bad. This one turned out real nice. I would never say it was a damage there before. Before I start sanding the top, let's flip it upside down and finish that last little bit in the middle that left, so I don't need to get back to it. .60 grit. Since this is back of the table, I probably shouldn't go so crazy, but I really like the look of it. Looks clean. Since we are gonna pour more epoxy on that side, just for insurance, I'm gonna put a little bit of tuck tape. This side is not as bad. Maybe 1/16, half mil, something like that. I'm probably gonna need to run my planer once, and I'm gonna leave the sanding for later. First, I wanna get rid of these bark imperfections and pour epoxy. I think this one gonna look real cool once filled with epoxy. So we have this one right here, right on a seam. To make it look more organic, we're gonna do something like that. Something like that. Looks good to me. That hole is pretty deep and I think epoxy is gonna leak. So I got this 2-component epoxy patty, like Play-Doh kinda. And I'm gonna take a little bit and put in that hole before pouring epoxy. Start working it together. It becomes more and more flexible. Colors combined. Okay, let's stick it inside. That looked nice. I didn't bore you guys with taping around and putting hot glue and mixing epoxy. I've done it already. So we're gonna go straight ahead to pouring. It's been a good few days. Our epoxy nice and cured. Since there's quite a bit of resin, I'm gonna hit it with belt sander first and then with palm sander. I sanded everything with 80 grit on the belt sander. That got rid of most imperfections. Now we can put palm sander with 80 grit. This is the next morning, table nice and dry again. Let's heat it one more time, 80 grit sandpaper. We're gonna try these discs, 3M. I never tried those, but I heard really good reviews about them. $80 grit is done, and it's already have a really nice touch to it. Before I'm gonna make it any smoother, I wanna complete the back side of the table 100%. That means we have to mark and pre-drill for the legs. And also I wanna trim both ends. That one and this one. So let's use our truck saw one more time. Before we clamp the track, we'll make sure that the table is square. 73 1/4, 73 1/4. Nice. Let's flip it upside down and lay out our legs. 1, 2. Now it looks like table. Okay, it took me a little bit to lay them out. I set them up foot away from edge of the table, and I think it's plenty. Now we can mark the holes. Double check. And in each hole we're gonna drill and insert these furniture inserts, which has 1/4 inch inner thread, and then we can use screws to screw the legs to the table. Such a clever design. I really like it. Another beauty of this design that you can take those legs from the table for transport if you need, whatever, as many times as you want. Just 3 bolts and it's already pretty solid. And we're gonna put 7 more. Okay, we can flip around our table again and keep on sanding, baby. Another job that needs to be done is to sand this side, the live edge, with sanding sponges. The plan is to leave all like the deep scratches from the chisel. That's gonna give it nice character. But it's gonna be smooth to the touch. No sharp edges, no splinters. Beauty. We're gonna go ahead and hit it with 120 grit paper now. 180 is done. We'll give it a blast and go to... It's already so smooth. I wish you could feel that. Wow. Yeah, maybe 220 and stop, I don't know. Also, we can't forget that we gotta sand this edge. Okay, it's time we deal with this crack, guys. I collected some fine walnut dust. We'll mix it with super glue and put it inside this crack. Well, that didn't work out. That's way too quick. So we're gonna put some super glue in the crack and rub some dust. I mean, it's not super pretty, but it's definitely better than it was. Let's fill this big one now. You can kinda still see it, yes, but there's no gap in it no more. I wish it turned out a little lighter, but that's how it's gonna be. I fixed second crack too. Alright guys, I decided not to bore you with all processes of sanding, but I ended up sanding it up to 320 grit, and I was spraying it with water to raise the grain between the grids, and it's really smooth. Now we pretty much ready to apply a coat of teak oil on it. That's the finish we decided to go with. Wife decided to help. Say hello to followers. Awesome. We're gonna let it sit for half hour now. It's been half hour. Let's wipe off the excess and apply one more coat. It's pretty sticky. Sticky stuff. I really love it. Wow. All this hard work finally pays off. Second coat, go. This time we wait only 15 minutes and then wipe it off. Well, it's been over a week since I applied oil on this table, and now it definitely should be ready for a clear finish. Let's wipe this table with clean rag and we can start applying first coat. The finish I'll be using on it is a satin clear finish, water-based. It does say on container to steer, do not shake. So we're just gonna follow the instruction. Really weird color. Looks like a milkshake. Strawberry milkshake. Okay, this is definitely looks weird. But I don't worry. I know the finish gonna look nice because I didn't show you, but I did a test piece on a scrap piece of walnut that I have left over from this project. I applied 3 coats of this stuff and it looks pretty good. And that would be another of my tips for you guys. If you are using unknown, new to you product, put it on a test piece first, and then you'll eliminate any unwanted surprises. Now we're gonna take our brush and make real long strikes back and forth. Nice clean edge. It's been a couple hours and as you see, finish is dried and it's completely transparent. So we're ready for 2 more coats and I'll catch you guys after we do the last one. Well, that looks good. Nice to the touch. Let's give this a 3rd, maybe final coat. Maybe 1 more. Third coat applied, and now we have to wait another 72 hours for that finish to cure fully. It's been another couple days, and I was gonna leave this table as is, but upon detailed inspection, I noticed there's couple bubbles. We're gonna go ahead and sand this table with 400 grit and apply, hopefully, the last coat of finish. So that makes it coat number 4, and we're gonna let it cure for the next 3 days, and then we're finally gonna be ready to bring it inside, set it up in our kitchen. I'll catch you guys then. This is it, guys. Today is the day. Table is finally ready. Finish is cured and it looks awesome. I'm waiting for my friend Jimmy to come give me a hand, take this table inside and set this up on its legs.
Who's this guy?
Okay, set it down. All right, now we're gonna screw these fancy legs to the tabletop. All right, boys and girls, we're ready to flip this bad boy. Wow, that's the table. Oh yeah, buddy.
Not like my chairs.
Thanks, dude.
Size, everything.
Yeah, the size is good. It was a really good call to us.
There it is, guys. The table is finally sitting in our living space. Also, we went ahead and we bought 6 chairs for this table. We decided to go with lighter tone, and I think we nailed it. What do you think?
I think it's perfect match.
I'm sure we're gonna enjoy our meals sitting at this table. This is gonna wrap this video up, guys. I thank everybody who made to the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up and drop a comment down below. That's it for this one, and we will see you in next one. God bless.